So everyone, and welcome to another Sims 2 speed build. This lot is Rosebush Drive, is a 40 by 20 lot and costs 99,476 simoleons. It has an entryway which doubles as a mudroom, lounge diner, kitchen, one bathroom and one bedroom, and is suitable for a single sim or a couple. Now I did make a plan of the house that I wanted to build, but unfortunately it didn't turn out that way. I did make quite a few changes on this, as you'll see as the video goes along. One thing I wanted to do was have an open plan living room, kitchen, dining room with a fireplace in the middle of it, but it didn't look right. So I ended up putting in walls, as you'll see later on in the video, and the kitchen looked too long as well, so I made changes to that as well. And I wanted to place this stucco on the outside of the lot, but you can see that later on I do change that as well to siding. I just wanted to have something different, but it just didn't look right to me. Maybe I should have chosen perhaps a darker stucco, but I wanted to keep everything sort of light white and light brown, green, just to make it look a bit lighter. And I did change all these stairs again later on. Well, I changed them here, I think, yeah. And then I think I changed them again later on in the video. So there are quite a few changes that I make as time goes on. Yes, I think I changed them to grey. I found that as I was adding the furnishings, everything seemed to be a sort of grey and white and green theme it seemed to turn into. I changed windows as well. I've got these windows from the I think it's Better Build. Some take up 2 squares and some take up 1. And that's ideal if you've got sort of a wall that only has 2 squares on it, like the back door there. You can put a 2 square door in, or a 2 square window that will actually look like it's in the middle of the wall rather than just on one side. So because I changed the layout of the lot as time goes on, I changed the windows as well, and therefore I had to change curtains, because I've got curtains that fit with the windows that only take up 1 square, and windows that take up 2 squares or a different size curtain. Oh, and here I am messing about with the fireplace. I wanted to do something sort of modern rather than the normal fireplace that I put in, but that one doesn't need to go up against a wall. I've never used that one before, but I did want one that goes up against a wall, so I could put like the brick wallpaper in, just to make it look a bit different from the rest of the wallpaper. But of course, as I started, I made the kitchen a little bit bigger, because that was going to be the kitchen behind and the living room in front there. So I moved the fireplace over, but it still didn't look right to me. I ended up putting in walls and making the kitchen a bit smaller. And that window wouldn't go in because of the driveway, so I had to put in that and then take it back out again just to get a window to go in. I think once you start putting in furniture, things do sort of change around a little bit, or have to be changed around a bit. And again, I wanted to use the Grange mudroom kit conversion. So the entryway is a sort of like an entryway slash mudroom. I'll just put a load of plants on those shelves just to give it a bit more of that greenery. I was going to go for green curtains, and then I changed it to brown, a browner colour to go with the walls, rather than have too much green. And put a rug in as well. Change that to green though. So the original colour scheme I was going for was sort of brown, light wood, green and white, and it ended up having grey shoved into it as well, which I think turned out nice in the end. I was going to put some boots and things in there and decided against it. I tried to keep it sort of more minimal, modern looking, and I've got the sofas there. That chair I think is a CC one that was made to look like the other sofas that are actually already in game, but ended up just using the two-seaters so they look sort of in the middle of the room. That rug will probably catch fire as you're playing it. That's the trouble with putting rugs in front of fireplaces. They usually catch fire, unfortunately. The way around that is probably just to put a bit of carpet in front instead. But it does look nice with that rug. I do like those rugs. I think here I end up putting in a wall to cut off that living room and the kitchen. I didn't like it open plan in the end, so I made changes there, because that makes the kitchen look too long, so I ended up changing the size of that as well, and I had to put Bella in, of course. So I have used a fair amount of CC in this, but also stuff from the game. It's just conversions mainly from The Sims 4. And here is where I change the kitchen. So the kitchen is on its own, where you've got the dining table in the lounge with the TV and sofas and everything. I ended up taking out that big window in the end so I could fit in all the cabinets. Just checking on the price. What I really wanted to do was have sort of starter home, but there's no way I was going to be able to do a starter home with all the stuff that I was using. And it comes to nearly 100,000 simoleons. So even with a couple being moved in, I think they get just slightly over 20,000. So no way are they going to be able to afford this one. That's the thing I've noticed with Sims 4. The builders use debug items which don't cost anything, so it keeps the price of the lots really quite low. Whereas as far as I know, you can't do that with Sims 2. Obviously you can use custom content that is really cheap, but a lot of it costs a fair amount, or at least more than it would if you're trying to build a starter home. You hardly have anything inside the house at all. Maybe a couple of windows and a bed or something, but you can't put too much decoration in there. So yeah, so the lot turned out a lot different. And then I forgot to put in a computer and desk, so I decided to shove that in the entryway in the end. I was going to put it in that hallway, but I don't think Sims would have been able to get past there. And here I am again changing up the windows. So I think I was using one square windows, whereas I had to use two to make it go centered. Now there's a cover, a CC cover that I put over the bed, which you'll see here in a minute. And I used that on one of my no commentary videos, and it looks a bit strange when Sims get into bed. Obviously the bedclothes move, but the cover there and the little cushion stays put, so it looks a bit strange while they're getting in and out of bed and sleeping there, but it does look nice once the bed's made. This is where I was going towards grey, I think, and I found that nice picture, which is also a conversion from The Sims 4. Didn't realise I had that, or at least I don't remember I had it. So I don't think I've used it before. That's also a conversion, that seat, but I'm not sure what pack that's from. Oh, that's the Casanova Cave record player, which seems to be one of my favourite audio things at the moment. And these cabinets are from the game, but I got recolours from Mod The Sims, the same as the cabinets in the kitchen. And I think those mirrors are from the Grange mudroom kit. I like those. Again, they're becoming fast favourites with me. I'm just checking the proper colour on the grey of the curtains, which I thought looked nice. Oh, and I was going to put in just a bathtub on this, but decided to put shower and tub in as well and make that curtain a little bit grey. Or it's probably a sort of fawn colour, but it was the nearest to grey I could find. And I have used that picture twice, I believe. And I found this rug, which I don't remember having or seeing before, but it seemed to go well with the rest of the decorations. And I was going to use those other lights that I normally use and decided to use these instead because they're sort of a grey colour that I could put around the house. Now, putting the roof on, I don't understand why I had gaps there to put the flooring on. It was very strange. Those little squares didn't go all over, if you know what I mean. So I had to do a few squares at a time to fill it all in. And took me a little while on the roof. I did make it, yeah, I made it go down a little bit, and I changed the chimney as well, so obviously it doesn't come up very high. Oh, and here is where I changed the stucco to siding, and again the windows, so that they go in the middle after I'd changed all that on the kitchen. And of course then I had to change the curtains as well because they didn't fit. And because I had sort of white and white siding and brown roof, and everything seemed to be sort of grey and white and green, I decided to change all these stairs and the railings, of course, as well, of course. And those steps there, although they're in game, the recolours are again are from Mod The Sims. Now the landscaping, I decided not to use custom flowers and things this time, and just made it look a little bit more sort of neat and tidy rather than putting loads of plants in one square as I've done in previous builds. So I wanted it to look a bit more sort of neat and tidy with one bush on one square, as you'll see as we go along. So anyway, I'll do my usual spiel. If you would like this lot in your game, you can download it from MediaFire, and the link is in the description below. As I have used custom content in this build, I would recommend installing with the Sims 2 Pack Clean installer, and the link to that and all instructions are in the README file in the download zip. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, as that really helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get notification of my next video. Subscribing is absolutely free and also really helps me out and is very much appreciated. Also, I now have memberships available for the channel if you're interested. I have placed it at the lowest cost I can do, and although it's a monthly fee, you can cancel at any time. As a member, you get a little plum bob by your name, some custom emojis to use, and a shout out in my videos. So without further ado, a big shout out to my members, who are Eero Sims, Alice Jones, Nikki McKay, Diane Rowe and Paula Alfaro. Thank you so much. Don't forget to check out my other videos, a couple of which are linked at the end of this video. I have Let's Plays, tutorials, challenges and other builds. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Dag dag.